Hi and welcome back. I am setting up for Ostara and excited to change things up a little. I'm actually doing this voiceover days after having set this up because Mercury retrograde hit me really hard and things have been pretty crazy. So what you're seeing here is I'm actually inking in a honeybee. I decided to have honeybees as my overarching theme for all of Ostara. Because of the way I am dividing up my months sort of by the Sabbats, it's going to be a very long Ostara season for me. So I'm going to divide it into two setups. So one I'm calling like pre-Ostara, which is basically March, and then the second, which is Ostara, which would be basically April. So what I'm setting up on the left here are my goals for that whole time period. At the bottom, there's going to be a place to divide it on what I want to accomplish in the time leading up to Ostara, and then on the time during Ostara. On the right-hand page over there, you've seen me start to set up some flowers and just put in a header for a summary page. And that will have a few questions for me to review at the end of the entire season, which is the most common tarot, the most common mood, the things I noticed, what to let grow, so things in my life I want to let flourish and continue, and what weeds to pull. So what are some bad things I need to mix, or things that, I guess the thing about weeds is they can be good things, but they're in the wrong place. So things that need to be removed and put somewhere else in my life. So those are kind of my overview for the whole season pages there. I'm setting this up with my Inkjoy gel pen in the 0.5 size. The markers are almost exclusively the, I've forgotten the name of them, I'll put it in the box below. My Artist Loft, that's what they are. My Artist Loft watercolor markers I got in a big pack from Michael's when they had a 60% off coupon. So what I'm moving to now is going to be my tracker for the pre-Ostara time, which is actually going just past Ostara's actual date to the next new moon after. But I have a column for my day, which is the day of the week, and then the date. I also have a space for the moon there. And then card. So I am changing up how I'm doing the tarot again. And I did see in the Bullet Journaling Witches group on Facebook, someone had a slightly similar setup to this, where she wrote the card name, the number, the suit, and then had a place to mark whether or not it was reversed. That's what you see, card. So, spoiler alert, I've already done a drawing and been using the spread some, so my first one was the moon reversed. So I wrote moon reversed, and then I did 18 because that's the number. And then for the suit I did M for major, and it was reversed, so I wrote a Y there. Similarly, the seeds, it wasn't distinct enough for me, and I kind of thought that might be the case. So I'm going back to my colors, where I will have 4 slots. I'll have an AM mood, a mood around lunchtime, a PM mood, and then a slot left in case I want to mark anything else. And then a column for exercise to write what exercise I did. So right now I'm setting up another cleaning tracker. I did tweak some things from my last one from in bulk, just based on as I was using it. Some things I had set up to do too frequently, some things that I kind of needed help tracking. I didn't have a place to track with that setup. So what I did for this is I actually used my circle maker, drew a big circle, and marked out all of the degrees. so that I could then go through and I divided it in 10-degree increments all the way around and could combine degrees if I needed to or go from there to make the number of divisions I wanted. And this time I'm tracking Roomba still, cleaning the stove, changing the sheets. I have one grouping for bathroom, so cleaning the toilet once, the shower once, the sink once, cleaning the kitchen sink twice, place to mark off wiping the counters, tracking doing that, subdivision for dusting, fans, furniture, cabinets, and then mirrors. Oh, there goes more again. In the bathroom and bedroom. Another tracker for clearing the table, and that's pretty close to daily. Decluttering, laundry, mopping, and actually shaving my legs, which is cleaning me is a little different. But anyway, so I'm doing these purple poppy-like flowers for my first part of this Ostara. I'm going to add in some bees and weekly stuff to kind of help tie that together, but for this spread I was using the yellow to get my titles instead. So above the cleaning I have a reading tracker with the title of the book, the day I started it, and the day I ended it. More again. And then to the left I had been planning to do the portrait challenge for March, which is painting 8 portraits and their different prompts. Mercury retrograde is hitting really hard, and it's now March 12th. I have not painted anything, so we'll see how that actually goes. But that was my my goal for setting this up. Yeah, that light gray there, I think is the only Tombow marker I use in this setup. And I will put that number down below as well. Yeah. So I'm hoping that by marking the reading, it'll help me see kind of how fast I'm going through some books. I got Kindle Unlimited briefly and have been reading a lot on my phone. So I'm just sort of curious about how quickly I'm going through these things. And definitely, oh, there, yeah, my ink smudged, so I was trying to cover over it some with the white gel pen. It did not work. Okay, yeah, you see I'm checking back my cheat sheet to the moon phases and putting in the different phases of the moon. So you'll see that this actually goes through April 4th, and that's the new moon in Pisces through Ostara's actual celebration date and until right before the next new moon. Yep. So this is basically what I've set up, and now I'm going to try to figure out how to get that circle back because I don't have my dot in the middle with my circle maker to figure out exactly how I had that set up. Behind my bee, and add a little pop of color just to make that a little happier. And I was just originally going to trace this in gray around it, but decided that I wanted to color it in a little and make it a little like a moon back there. Yeah. So I'm excited about drawing some bees and some flowers. I know I keep saying this, Mercury retrograde is hitting really hard. At least I guess that, I don't know. You would think I had pulled the tower or something, the way things are falling around me. So it's hard to record this now because I don't have some of the excitement I had when setting this up. But I still am pleased with these spreads. I'm happy to have the change up from in bulk. And I'm trying a slightly different sort of daily option. I haven't used it in a number of days at this point, but yeah, I'm excited to keep trying new things and seeing what happens and how things change up. The flowers that I've done here are inspired by another YouTuber, and I have completely forgotten her name right now, but that link will be in the description box below. She recently did a video about a few different weekly setups you could do and showed doing these poppy type flowers. I think she did hers with a gray Tombow. She did them all in like monochromatic grays and blacks. But really lovely. I'll link that so you can see it. Thanks for watching. I hope that this has given you something fun to do while you're setting up for other things or just to play in the background. And I hope that my creative restricted is being nicer to you. See you next time.